How you doing? My name is Gino Guevara, and I am a martial arts marketing expert. And basically, what I'm going to do today is I got an email, and basically, what I do is I ask you guys what is it that you guys are struggling with, what kind of questions you have, or what kind of problems are you coming up against. And then this is basically how I create my content and answer the questions you might have. Now, I received an email about one of the problems that one of the owners was experiencing was he was wanting, his problem is getting more awareness to generate interest in his martial arts program. And so basically, what you want to do is the first question you want to ask is, where are they in this kind of timeline, or what I would call a buying cycle? Okay, and so basically what we're looking at is, I'm going to use marketing terms that way to make it a little bit easier, is are we looking at cold traffic, are we looking at warm traffic, or are we looking at hot traffic? Now, if you're looking at getting more awareness, basically this is the quadrant that you want to focus in on, okay? And people that are in cold traffic that are unaware of the interest, to generate this interest, what they're unaware of is they're unaware of your school, they're unaware of the solution. And so basically what you want to focus in on with cold traffic is making them aware of this problem here, the problem that they're experiencing. So that's how you generate awareness, is by making them aware with bringing up the problem. Okay, and I would define this as cold traffic. Okay, so basically, whenever you're dealing with cold traffic and generating awareness, one of the things that you want to do is you always want to start your copy, your headline, with the problem, because they're unaware that there's a problem, and your idea is to generate this awareness. So you've got to, your copy, how you present yourself has to be generated around what kind of problem they're experiencing. And one of the best ways to do this is to come up with a core story where you introduce yourself as the good guy, and then there's also a bad guy that basically that you have to create, okay? And I'll kind of explain it a little bit more. So when you're creating your copy with dealing with cold traffic and trying to bring awareness to your school, which is over here, you want to start off by giving your headline in your copy should always start off with a problem, okay? Because again, we want to make them aware of the problem. And what I like to do is, for example, one of the my core story, the headline is, "The reality of your child's future might just shock you." And so basically what you want to do in this quadrant of awareness is, the idea is to show them what kind of problems that they're experiencing, because they're unaware of it right now. Most owners will try to go right over here and just start talking about their school, and they haven't really developed this awareness yet of why they need your school, the solution. So you got to back up and start off right in this area here. And the best way to do this is with workshops, seminars, and presentations. Now, you don't just, most owners, when they do workshops, seminars, and presentations, is they start here. They start talking about their school, they start talking about the benefits of the school, but they really haven't identified and brought up this problem. What I usually do, well actually what I do with my core story, is my presentations, my workshops, my seminars, they all are pain induced. In other words, I bring up statistics. So for example, a good example would be, like I use, is how many registered offenders are there in your zip code? What current events are leading to this problem? What kind of issues are your students having to face? And use statistics. You want to use statistics and keep bringing up pain and pain and pain and pain to make it like, what I'm doing is I'm bringing up this awareness of this problem. And then once you bring the problem and you make it aware, okay, and this is what you do here, then you move them into this quadrant right here, where you can start talking about the desire. You want them to get to know, like, and trust you. And then in your copy, your headline is going to be designed around a solution, which would be, for example, you notice from here the headline moves from "The reality of your child's future might just shock you," and then when I present this part of it, it's a fast, fun way to build better confidence, focus, what have you. Another way of doing that is with what you call an email indoctrination series, where you're getting them to know, like, and trust you via email. And of course, the whole idea behind this part of your traffic is to move them into the hot traffic. And at this point, hot traffic is they're aware that martial arts is the solution, and now you can introduce your school, okay? And so you always want to start at this point. You can start your copy with your school, right? You can start the copy at this point. If you're doing it via email, you want to do a low barrier offer where you can use a 21-day transformation. So basically the headline from here would be XYZ Martial Arts can transform your child in just 21 days guaranteed, right? So in other words, you don't want, if you're trying to build awareness, you don't want to offer this because they're not hot traffic, they don't know you, they don't like you. You want to move right over here and start bringing up the problem. And then of course, the idea behind the hot traffic is you want to change the selling environment. And what that means is moving them from their presentation, you're getting them to know, like, and trust you to where they actually would come into your school, or they would call your school, or you would call them, and you change the selling environment to get them into the school. So this is one of the ways of generating more traffic. Is if you're looking at the awareness, this is what you want to focus in on, but make sure that it's geared around a problem, bringing in pain points. And I usually like to bring in between 10 and 15 pain points with statistics, raw data that I'm presenting to when I'm making my presentation, to show them what kind of problems that your students are, or your demographic is experiencing. And then slowly, keep in mind, is then you start moving them over here. You can collect emails. A lot of times what you'll notice, if you make a presentation, workshop, or seminar, a lot of times they'll offer this low barrier offer, and then they skip this step where they don't really know, like, and trust you. So this is why most people don't sign up right there on the presentation unless you're giving it away for free, so that way you can develop. But again, I'm kind of against giving away free martial arts. So basically what I would do is I would move them through this. And if you notice, basically it's like a funnel, right? Is that your copy, your strategy needs to be designed around where are they in this awareness buying cycle here.